Well, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Procedurally Generated Show. I am your host, Tony, and after long last, we're back, and joining me this week is Ethan.
It's been a while.
That sounds like a song lyric.
It's been a while. Yeah,
I can't think of the next line, though.
Yeah, me either. I want to point out that we have show notes here. And it's like, it just says episode 20XX. So, that's pretty cool. Mega Man reference right there.
Yeah.
Air date, sometime this week.
Yeah, because I didn't know when it would go up. So, who knows what day people are listening?
It might not even go up this week. We don't know.
I mean, I would hope it would go up. If we record it this week, I would hope it goes up this week.
Well, I mean, this is the last day of the week.
It's true.
So
but people don't know that. You just spoiled the illusion.
You're the one who made the show notes.
Okay, yeah, it's all my fault, I guess.
So that sir makes you a liar, and I'm not going to do a show with a liar. I'm out of here. Bye.
Okay, bye everybody.
Oh crap! I disconnected. I can't reconnect. Hold on. Okay, I made it back. Right, sorry about that.
Well, at least Cole will do a show with a liar, even if Ethan won't. Cole has no boundaries when it comes to who he'll work with.
Yep. A gig's a gig.
I'll take whatever I can get.
And I won't throw a fit.
So, there you go. That's what my mama always said. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. I don't know that my mom ever said that, really.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh, I've heard it. I think I might have said it to my kids before. When they were really little, before they could make their own peanut butter sandwich and they didn't want to have dinner. I'm like, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. And then once they learn to make peanut butter sandwiches, I'm like, you have this dinner or you can have a peanut butter sandwich. Those are your choices.
They just kind of roll their eyes. I'm like, yeah, I'll go do what I want.
Yep, I'll take the peanut butter sandwich. Thanks.
Oh man, peanut butter and jelly's good.
Oh man, I love a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's got to have crunchy peanut butter though.
Yeah.
We're not arguing this right now.
Oh, I mean, it's because there's no other answer. Crunchy is the correct answer.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Just because we're not arguing doesn't mean you're not right.
Well, try that with a wife. That doesn't really work that way. So
I'm working.
Yep, it's been a while though. So you're right. We are, and we're back. At least for a little while. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping this becomes a regular thing again.
Spread the word. We're back. Another dinosaur story. Guess
who's back? Back again. Podcast's back. Tell your
fur friends.
There you So I don't want to talk about the whole last 9 months of what we've been playing. Let's just keep it to like the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, sure. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
If we talk about everything we've been playing in the last 9 months, that could go on forever, and this podcast would never end. And I'm sure my wife would like me to come to bed at some point.
We could treat it like the first 4 seasons of Phineas and Ferb, and then you cut into season 5, and it's like, thank you, Phineas. That was a very long presentation that you did over the last 9 months about your summer vacation.
I actually loved the way they did the revival of that. Did that. The slight change they made to the theme song.
Yeah. Because I went to go watch it. Well, I meant to start from season 1 because I haven't seen every episode. And it started me there. And I was very confused. And then I realized what happened. Went to the actual episode 1, and I was like, man, his voice has gotten better over time because he's gotten older, but no, thank you. And stopped watching. I'll get to it eventually. I love the show.
Oh, those new episodes are great. Like it seems like they did not miss a beat.
They all enjoy working with each other. And you know what else works really well when you're I don't know where I'm going with this. Tony, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? You want me to go first?
I do what I want, so go first.
Throw the whole format out the window.
It's the namesake of the show.
That's true. I finished up finally after putting it away for a while because I was getting frustrated with it. Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. I figured out I was really close to the end, and managed to put in about 3 or 4 hours and finished up Dragon Quest III because Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake came out recently, and I could not wait to get to play that. But I felt I had to finish Dragon Quest 3 before I moved on and started playing Dragon Quest 1.
I'm glad you stick to your morals on that, because I'm horrible about just like, no, I'm gonna hop into something new. Then the back catalog of started games just never ends.
Oh, I definitely have not been great about it in the past. There have been times because like I still haven't finished Dragon Quest Monsters, the most recent one, and I really want to get back to that one. But that one's definitely on the back burner for a while. But yeah, Dragon Quest 1 is that game that made me fall in love with RPGs back in the 80s. I played that game on the NES at a friend's house, fell in love with the franchise immediately, and have loved that series ever since then. And so when they announced Dragon Quest 3, I was like, I really, really hope. I was hoping they just did the whole trilogy in one package. And
That would have
looking
been
back,
nice.
I'm kind of it would have been nice, but I'm kind of glad they didn't, because it gave me time to let Dragon Quest 3 sort of soak in for a while, even though I hadn't finished it. I was so close to the end, but hadn't finished it, and it gave me time to kind of miss the franchise just a little bit. And going into Dragon Quest 1 HD 2D remake, it is phenomenal what they have done with that game. Like these 3 games, I haven't, I'm about, I don't know, probably 15, maybe not quite 15ish hours into it. I just saved the princess, which if you know anything about the original, saving the princess was actually an optional objective in the game. You could finish the
Oh.
whole game without actually saving her in the NES. You could just leave her in the cave with the
That
dragon
is-
for the whole game.
I like that as an option. That is very that's very different compared to any other game that you usually play around that time frame or time
Yeah,
era,
I mean, like
era of existence. Yeah.
back then, the whole point of a lot of those games was to go and save the princess, and in that one, you could just like leave her if you wanted to. It didn't matter. It didn't affect the game in any way.
Now we just need one where
they
you
did-
go in there and it's like, I'm here to save the princess, and the princess is looking at you ready, and she's like, oh, the dragon's here. And you're like, yes, I know. And it's like, my princess, and you're talking to the dragon instead. Saving the
They do
dragon
make some changes.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
They do make some changes to this game. First of all, the original game, you could probably finish it in, I don't know, about 8 hours. It was actually a really short game, even with all the grinding that you had to do to get levels. And they've made some great additions, some great changes to this game. They've expanded the story considerably, where in the original, you could miss a lot of the story because the story was given to you through dialogue from NPCs. There was no, cutscenes, nothing like that. No, aside from talking to the king every once in a while, who would give you some hints and some, objectives of kind of what you needed to do. You got the entire story through NPCs and things like that. And then with this one, they have changed up the story in a way that the parts that they really want you to know and really want to tell, you can't miss them. They have, like, for example, there's one part where they have a search party that they have sent to go and save the princess, and they basically get completely decimated by the dragon that is keeping her captive. And one guy makes it back, and he's just in the original game, he's just off in the corner of one of the towns somewhere, and you can completely miss him and not understand anything about the search party that had gone after the princess. And so you had to go out of your way to find him and talk to him. And it's just like a 2-sentence thing. He's like, "Oh, we were there and we all died, except for me,"
I got
basically.
better.
And in this version of the game, they actually changed that. And when you walk across one specific bridge at the right point in the story, you actually encounter him, and he's passed out on the bridge. And there's a 2 or 3 minute cutscene explaining what they were sent to do, what happened, and he asks you before he dies if you can go back and tell the king what happened and have him send another group out there. He doesn't know that you're actually the one that's going to go and save her. And so they do little things like that to just really drill home the parts of the story they really want you to tell. A lot of it's been expanded. The beginning of the story is completely new. There's a new dungeon and new characters that you meet at the very beginning of the story who kind of come in and out of the story. I've run into them 2 or 3 times where they're actually trying to go and do the same thing that you're doing and save the world, but they're of course not good at it. And then you go off and do it, and you do it by yourself. They have really done some great things with like the leveling in the game. I found a perfect place to go and grind metal slimes.
Yeah.
And I was able to gain like 10 levels in about an hour in this place. I went from level 20 to level 30 in just about an hour. Because I went to fight the dragon when I got to about level 20, and I got my butt kicked. So I was like, okay, shouldn't be here yet. So I left and I went and I found the place to go and grind, and I grinded out about 5 levels. Almost won the fight. It was still a little tough, so I went back over there again, grinded out about 5 more levels, and was able to go in and just beat the snot out of the dragon very easily. Because like Dragon Quest III, this one has the 3 different difficulty levels, and you can change them whenever you want. So if you're at a point where you need to grind a little bit, drop the difficulty level, because if you do that, you get more experience from the monsters so that you gain levels a little faster. And then you have some skills that thankfully you can critical hit metal slimes in 1 hit instead of having it to take 2 or 3 or 4 hits. I think they have 3 HP in this game. And you do a maximum of 1 HP per hit if you can hit them, because they're hard enough to hit as it is. And then, of course, they all run away the second anybody, breathes in their direction.
I just love that. It's like the best thing for experience points. It's the hardest thing to hit, and its HP is a measly 3 points.
Yeah, but they're so hard to fight.
I love it. Nothing about it makes sense except for that it's really hard to hit.
Yeah. One of the things, the combat in this has changed a little bit. You are still a lone hero. You're the only one that goes out. You don't have a party in this one. This is the only Dragon Quest game that you don't have a party with you. You are by yourself. In the original game, it was always one-on-one fights. So it was you versus one other monster. In this, they have changed that. And so now you can be fighting 6 to 8 to, however many monsters, because a lot of them will call for backup if there's space available. And so you can kill something, another one will call for backup, and there will be another one there. The combat has changed considerably, where in the past, skills and some magic that you got, you never really used because you didn't need it. It was just you against one other monster. And in this, if you're not careful, you can very quickly be overwhelmed by 3 or 4 monsters. And so you have to really learn how to use the skills that you have and the spells that you have, and what works against certain monsters and what don't, because you want to be able to sort of put some of the monsters to sleep or get them out of the way so that you don't have to worry about them while you're fighting one monster, because otherwise you are just going to get stomped, because some of them hit hard and a lot of them do 2 attacks per turn, which was not the case in the past. So the combat is familiar, but it's brand new and it feels fresh, and it's really, really fun to actually sort of figure out the puzzles that combat is now compared to what it was in the past. And I think I'm probably around the halfway point of the game, and I want to say 15 hours, but that's probably an overestimation. I'd have to pull up the game and see. They have also made some other changes to bring Dragon Quest I more in line with later games in the series. So originally you had to go back to the one specific king in Tantagel Castle at the very beginning of the game to save. And sometimes that could mean death. And if in that game, if you died, you lost half your gold. It was an easy way to get back to Tantagel because if you died, you started back there anyway. But you ran the risk of losing a lot of money that you had saved up trying to, buy better equipment and stuff like that.
You restart where?
So in Tantagel Castle.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like gel. I was like, I've never played
No.
it. So.
Yeah, where's Tanta?
Yeah. And I'm sure like my only Dragon Quest knowledge comes from playing
from Builders
1 and 2, which is chapter 1 of Builders 1, and however far we got in Builders 2. Talking about that, I'm still stuck on that game, and I had a lot of fun with 2, but God, 1.
Yeah, Dragon Quest Builders 2 was great. Dragon Quest Builders 1 was tedious.
25 hours in chapter 1, then it's like, all right, go to chapter 2 and restart. Thanks, game.
So yeah, they have brought a lot of stuff from later games into this and just sort of made the world feel like the rest of the franchise. Whereas originally it was very different. It was the first game. They have improved and iterated on that game a lot. And so at this point now, that original game feels so much different than the other ones. I think it was Dragon Quest IV that they finally implemented the going to churches to save. And so they brought that into this game. And so every village now has a church that you can go and save at. Of course, it auto saves after every fight, but you can still go and manually save at villages. And you don't have to go back to the one specific castle anymore. They've expanded the bestiary, where originally it had, I think, about 40 monsters, and about half of those were reskins of monsters. They've added about 40 more, and so they've kind of doubled the number of monsters that you fight. So it's
when you're not limited by
that original game. Yeah. So for someone who's played that original game and knew what monsters were in what places on the map, it's really weird to now go in there and see something different in that area, and you're like, oh, that's new. It's great, it's fun, it's cool, but it definitely felt weird the first time you run into a monster that wasn't in the original game and now is in there.
It's a happy surprise.
But I would say these 3 games are, I haven't played 2 yet, and from all the talk of Dragon Quest 2 HD 2D remake that I've seen of people talking about online, they say that game is probably now the best of the trilogy, which is very high praise because 3 was already really good. But I think these are the definitive ways to play that game, those games now, and I think these are the way to do a remake of these old games, to bring them into the future, but still keep the core of what makes Dragon Quest Dragon Quest.
Doing the quest for the dragon. That's Dragon Quest.
I think a lot of people, when they think about the Final Fantasy VII remake, this is the kind of thing they wanted, not what Final Fantasy VII remake is. It's a fine enough game. It's great. I like what they did with Final Fantasy VII remake. I still need to play Rebirth. But I think what people really wanted was they just wanted a new version of that original game that just brought it from the PlayStation 1 into a modern era.
Yes.
And this is, I think, the way they should have done it. Not necessarily the HD 2D style, but this kind of thing where you just upgrade the visuals, make them look great, do some quality of life improvements, make a few minor tweaks here and there to the battle system or to the scenarios, but keep the core of what made that game. And this is what that feels like. It's a phenomenal game. I absolutely love everything about it.
I agree. With Final Fantasy VII, that we wanted a yes words.
So, and then with Dragon Quest VII I think it's Dragon Quest VII Reimagined coming next year. I am so excited about that game because they didn't do the HD 2D remake. I think this is the perfect place to do that. There are apparently hints and rumblings, maybe, that they're going to do 4 through 6, and they're going to remake those games as well. And I hope they don't do the HD 2D thing. I hope they do something else to make that trilogy, the Zenithian trilogy, feel different from the Erdrick trilogy and different from Final Fantasy VII. I love what they're doing with what they've shown off with Final Fantasy VII, not Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest VII, sorry. And giving it that sort of claymation action figure look. And that's what they did. They actually made figures and scanned those models and are using those in the game and building the environment around that look. And it looks so good. And I'm so excited to see more of that game. Thankfully, I don't have too long to wait because that comes out in February. But it's a really good time to be a Dragon Quest fan. And I'm very excited to see what else they're going to be doing with this franchise going forward.
They do. I mean, they
but
already
that's
do a
really-
lot with the franchise as it is, but it is really nice seeing them like releasing remakes of the original.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
to be fair though, since 12 was announced like 4 years ago, the franchise went dark for a while, and so since then we've now gotten remakes of 4 games. We've gotten another Dragon Quest Monsters. We've got the possibility of 3 more games coming before 12 even is released, and so because they have not talked about 12 in a long time.
12 was the one with the like where you could switch it from current day to classic mode, right?
No, that's 11.
Oh.
12 has not come out yet. They announced it like 4 years ago. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't
there
played
is
11. And I own
nothing-
that game like 3 times.
There's nothing about 12 that we know right now. So I've been kind of worried about that because they've talked about making some changes to the game with 12 going forward, and I don't know what they're going to do. I think maybe this trilogy, maybe 7 remake, they're starting to kind of experiment with some stuff to see what works and what doesn't to go into 12. I really don't want them to go down the Final Fantasy VII action RPG
Oh god, no.
road. I want Dragon Quest to stay Dragon Quest.
You don't need the Kingdom Hearts
We'll s-
engine dropped into a Dragon Quest game.
No, we do not. So I guess we'll see what happens, and I'm hoping we get some really exciting news about the 4 through 6 trilogy, and that's been it for me. It's been Dragon Quest and nothing but Dragon Quest for the last few weeks. So let's see. What about you, Cole? What have you been playing?
I've been playing some Destiny 2.
Sweet.
They have it's the Halloween stuff's almost done, so
Probably be done by the time this episode goes live.
yeah, trying to get all that stuff out of the way.
By the way, can we play that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
There's not a lot going on in the game right now. It's kind of being disappointing, and
Yeah.
you gotta have it, like all the stuff that I really want to do are like 6-player activities, and so everybody's playing better games right now, and so it's hard to find stuff to do in that. But I've been enjoying the Festival of Lost stuff. We've been doing some Phasmophobia. I've been enjoying that a lot.
New map comes out Tuesday.
So that'll be another thing we'll do.
Yeah, the diner map. It's gonna be fun.
But yeah, not much really. There's not much going on this season in Destiny, so
Other than disappointment.
yeah, I've just been doing the Festival of Lost stuff and watching movies.
I'm glad I'm not
What
the only one
movies?
disappointed.
Yeah. What are you playing, Ethan?
What movies?
Movies? I watched Interstellar,
I don't think I've seen
Fight
that.
Club.
Seen it?
Watched first like 30 minutes of Shutter Island. think I finished Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Nice.
So, and then the Halloween movies that I watched too.
Yeah.
But I knew. Yeah, I watched. Really is like in the last week and a half. Ow.
Bad kitty. Cole's recording. Stop.
Yeah. The Witch. I watched. Nightmare on Elm Street, and I watched. Friday the 13th, Part 1 and 2.
Oh, you didn't get to 3. Dang it.
And I tried to watch 3, and it was having the start. It starts with the flashback from 2, and I was like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. I don't want to. I don't want
Mm.
to go. I don't want to have. I don't get confused. So I watched 2, and I'm gonna watch 3 later.
Okay, awesome. I hope you remember everything from 1.
I do remember most of it. Yeah.
Okay, just tell me I'm not crazy for all those references to, like, the scenes from the first movie re-happening in the third movie, but just polar opposites.
Yeah.
I tried to watch Ernest Scared Stupid.
Scared Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a few minutes of that
I was just mad
Halloween
because
morning.
it was Prime, Amazon Prime. Like it was it 3 weeks ago? It started auto playing that movie. I was like, oh cool, I'll watch this during Halloween. And then Halloween comes around, I go to watch it. Oh yeah, we want some money for you to watch it now, loser. No, I'm not paying you money for a free movie. Jerks. Not that I'm bitter or anything.
Truly. You been playing games?
Oh, have I played games? Okay, so I didn't put anything on the list for what I've been playing lately because it's like, one, it's hard for me to pick stuff, and two, I didn't want to take away Destiny 2 and Phasmophobia from Cole because I knew he was going to pick those.
Yeah.
Instead, and stop me if you've heard, now don't stop me if you've heard this one. Played a little game called 100 Fires, episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Really?
Yes. I didn't just play them though. I played them on Games Done Quick, the hotfix for. Oh gosh, I forgot the name of the show. God's not gonna be happy if he ever hears this, but we're not gonna tell him, are we? But yeah, it's like really awesome. I got to be on Games Done Quick. And
I saw that. That was
it's Perilous Paths. That was the show I got to be on, and they kind of did I guess like a farewell to basically a silly games show. I don't know what it was called, but they were kind of doing a farewell to that, and so that's how I kind of got picked for that. And then I got to be like a show opener for it, so it was just, oh god, what's happening? That it kind of all just hit at once.
Yeah.
So it's like I really like Games Done Quick, and then I got to be on Games Done Quick, but not like like Prime, but still, that's like
awesome.
That's like checking something off of a bucket list almost.
This is the first step towards being on the big show.
Oh yeah, very much so. I just hope the wrestler's okay with it. Yeah, that's gonna be very awkward if anyone doesn't get that reference. But
or if he's listening.
Oh, if he's listening, dude, drop us an email, please. Do we have our email? It doesn't matter. Follow me on Twitter, X, Blue Sky, Facebook. But yeah, I was just really happy to get to do that, and I didn't break. Well, I did break I think I broke my record on their live, but I didn't get the record I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up playing the game after Games Done Quick live stuff, and I got second place. So I'm oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, here's what happened. Okay, so Games Done Quick was like Summer Games Done Quick happened, and I went to go attend that. I wasn't one of the runners, so I was a little sad about that, but I was still happy to be there in person. And day of the event, like that morning, I had a message on YouTube from one of the another person that plays 100 Fires, and they're like, "Hey, that skip you use, that's really cool. I'm going to use that." I'm like, "Someone else is playing this game?" And I started looking into it. Dude is way better than I am at the game. Has over 100. He has hundreds of hours in it, from what he told me.
Wow.
Who was that? I think it was Dolphin. I think. I don't know off the top of my head. I only talked to him a little bit, or when I need to. But destroyed my records, and then some other people doing it, and they put in some things that just load time remover stuff. So like whenever you're using a live split, it looks at in the memory values and knows when to stop and stop recording time at certain load points.
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh, I need to get this working, and I couldn't figure it out. And I had them help me. They still couldn't figure it out. So we don't know how. But I was like in a panic, and I was like, "There's now a community here, and I'm not in it, but they're using my skip." So it just everything hitting at once on there. Got really happy. Then made it on GDQ. Oh my gosh! And we still don't know why the
Been
load
quite an
time.
exciting time for your speedrunning journey.
Yeah, it really is. And I haven't played the game in a while either. But I wanted to talk about this instead because I still can't get the load time remover to work. And they went ahead and put me in second place. I wonder if I'm still in second place. I need to look. Because they had me in last place because of the way I'd submitted it. And since I can't get the load time remover to work, instead of quitting out of the game whenever you beat it and then loading up a new one, it stops all your time. And then
Mhm.
that's how they have it. Instead, my trick was I'm going to load up all 3 games. And it's like load up the third game, then your second game, and then your first game. And you're just basically game 3 pops up, you alt tab out into game 2, and then alt tab out into game 1. And what I would do is beat the first game and alt F4 as soon as I'm done. And then I'm in the second game. And continue on. And I think I was getting them where they're like one button away from starting. So it's like as soon as it's ready to go, I'm just hitting the button and going. And so because of that, I did a manual load time remover. There's still probably a few seconds I would save here and there if I had the full thing going for actual load times, but it's not too big of a difference. And my PC is a powerhouse, really, and so fast on loading. It's like, who cares? So
You
yeah,
figured out a way to get around the limitations that you had.
yeah. To me, it's kind of like finding a way to do a trick that's task only, except task being tool assisted speed run tech stuff. Instead, I'm doing a manual version of it, and it works. But yeah,
Very nice.
yeah. Just my next goal is to get on the actual GDQ stage, and before GDQ, my time was sub 37. I think's what it was. 37 minutes, I think. And then as of when I submitted, I was I think sub 25. I think. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up right now.
That's quite a difference.
Yeah. Go in here before the video starts. Oh wow, that was 2 months ago I did that. Nice. 23:53 is my time. Orca, not Dolphin. Orca Live is first place with 17 minutes 30 seconds.
Wow. And I thought your time was fast.
Oh, my time is very fast. Orca is just like I said, dude plays the game way more than I have apparently. I was asking him about it. He said he has hundreds of hours in this. He knows how to do various little skips, and I can do the skips that he's doing, but I'm very bad at them. And basically, there's like a glitch where you can roll through where crawl space will be, and you have to. So what I would do is like I would be running towards an object or something, and that it's like stop, and then you like duck, and then crawl through the hole. Instead, you could also do a roll and go into a duck from that, I guess. Or I might be mixing it up with Metal Gear. And his solution was neutral on your movement when you're mid roll and just start hitting your duck button. And you kind of go through the object. And he can just do a one-time roll and goes like right through it.
Yeah.
Especially in his run, definitely does it. Like he nails it every time. Me, it's like it might take 1 or 2 tries on here. I might get stuck halfway through or fall through the world. We don't know. But it was kind of nice seeing him give me advice how to do this, because I had to ask him because I couldn't do it. I was like, what cheats is this guy using? I was very mad for a few days at GameStone Quick trying to figure this out. And before I knew what a load time remover was. Anyway. Yeah. That's all I got.
All right. Okay. Well, then, how about we talk about some of the stuff that's been happening in the news recently?
The news. Yes.
Because some stuff has been happening.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Stuff happens when you don't do an episode for 9 months, Tony.
That's true. I'm not going to go over all the news because people probably don't want to hear stuff that happened 8 months ago.
Maybe.
But
depends what the news was.
I mean, some news eventually gets too old to even talk about.
Would you say Palworld's too old to talk about with their lawsuit with Nintendo?
No, because some new developments came out this week. I haven't seen all of what's been going on, but apparently there's some talk about the patent office going back and reviewing.
They had
the patent that Nintendo.
It was like the patent director person had to go and look over what the patent was and all that.
Yeah, like Nintendo recently lost part of the lawsuit based on something. I think using the ball to capture, or maybe that's what the lawsuit now that they're looking at.
That's the main part of it that they're losing right now, because that's the part that's being reviewed by the director of patent office, whatever.
Okay.
If I'm using the wrong terminology, I apologize. I'm going off memory. I didn't pull up a thing here. I just threw it in the notes real quick. But it's like very rare for that person to get involved in legal stuff like this. And that's only because there's been such an outcry over Nintendo being like, oh yeah, we're the only ones who can use a ball that you can throw to capture and or summon monsters.
Yeah.
And
I hate companies, a single company being able to patent a very specific game mechanic. It really, really irks me that the Nemesis system from the Shadow of Mordor games can't be used by anybody because Warner Brothers owns a patent to that specific thing. So this really, really cool game mechanic that could be used to benefit a ton of other games can't be used because this company has it on lockdown.
I really need to see what the ins and outs of that one is, because if it's what I think it is, there's games that have done that to a lesser degree before them. And so that would be questionable for them to even have a patent on that. But I'm not a lawyer or anything either, so it doesn't matter.
The basics of that comes down to any enemy that you come across in the game, based on things that happen between you and that enemy, whether you kill them, you don't kill them, but you can actually take them out without killing them, and they'll remember that, and they'll mention things like that, and they'll
basically you can have an enemy or a friend in the long run.
Basically. And so it just adds that layer of immersion to the game that you haven't really seen before, because normally whenever you fight an enemy, that's it. You fight them once and they're done, and except for story based things in like RPGs where, you kill a guy and he doesn't necessarily die. And he's like, when I come back, I'm going to get you. But this could be regular enemies. If they take you out, they actually level themselves up in the army that they're in. So like these lowly guys, if they end up taking you out, the next time you fight them, they could be a general or something equivalent in the orc army.
Yeah, they're no longer
because
a
they took
trash
you
mob.
out previously. And they're tougher to fight, and it was such a great way to implement things. So I hate seeing game
I think it's
mechanics like
just
that being stuck.
I think it's just no one wants to bother going with through the legal stuff right now to make something, so it's like they'll just work around it unless they absolutely have to
Yeah.
do it that way.
Mhm.
Unless the WB, right? That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless that was it a merger or a sellout? What is it? Buyout?
Oh, they're selling. They're
Yeah.
on sale basically. They're
Yeah,
for sale.
wondering how that's going to work out, and maybe that'll open it up to someone else soon.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess companies could license it, but who's going to license something like that from another company? I mean, you shouldn't have to license a specific game mechanic like that.
Oh yeah, but
Especially
you also
because
should
they can
have
be
someone.
iterated on and changed and modified in some way.
Very true.
So, but I'm not a lawyer, so
Yeah,
I
but I
don't know all
mean,
the
it's
ins and
like
outs of
a
that.
certain person that went and did a copyright on the phrase "that's hot."
Yeah,
I'm not going to say their name. I don't like them, but
everybody knows who you're talking about.
probably. But it's like, congrats, you wasted money on something you cannot enforce at all. And to whoever allowed that to happen, they're either an idiot that overlooked it, or they're like, I want to see how this is going to play out in the future. So, congrats to
Yeah.
that person as well.
So, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what comes out of this, and if Nintendo loses this lawsuit. We're not used to seeing Nintendo lose things.
No,
A
but whenever
lot
it's something
when it comes
stupid
to
like this, it's like, yeah, they should lose.
yeah, I would agree.
It's like we don't see them going
But
and suing Digimon. They probably tried. I don't know.
well, I think there's not a whole lot that's suable there because they don't use the ball mechanic, and
No, but they have like an
I mean,
evolution system for powering up, and then it gets bigger and
yeah.
changes and all that. And it's like, oh, kid and their partner. Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, and I'm going to keep an eye on this and see what comes from this because I kind of want to see Nintendo lose, but
As bad as that
who
is,
knows
yeah,
what's
I
going to happen.
know. It's like, yes, have them lose, please.
Yeah. If you own a PlayStation Portal, it might have gotten a little cooler for you to use it this week.
Gladys won't let me have it.
No?
Nah, she said we're not thinking with that just yet.
Oh, well, I guess you're out of luck then. But there was an update to the PlayStation Portal this week that allows PlayStation Plus Premium subscribers to stream a catalog of games. Some of them ones that you own, some of them, ones that are part of the PlayStation Premium
The cloud
member,
gaming stuff.
the membership stuff. You can stream that directly to the PlayStation Portal now without having to go through your PS5. Where previously you had to have your PS5 turned on and you were just streaming. Basically, you were using the PlayStation Portal as a screen for the PS5.
Which you could do with your I think 3 and PS4 with the PlayStation Vita easy enough as well.
With the Vita, yeah, it was not quite the same. It was a little more limited in some ways, but with this now, you can bypass the PlayStation 5 and just directly stream games to the device, which is nice, which is what a lot of people thought was going to happen from the beginning, and that just wasn't the case.
But we're getting there, so it's going to be where it's like its own thing, and then you can also play your actual console games at home with it as well.
Like I have been tempted to pick up a PS5 or not a PS5. I have a PS5, a PlayStation Portal in the past, but because my PS5 has had internet issues, they're fixed now. I got it wired directly to my network, but over wireless, it was having some trouble staying connected. But now with this, this is actually really tempting to go out and pick up a PlayStation Portal because they're only like $200. They're not very expensive. Um, and I have had a lot of success with cloud streaming, whether it was Stadia, Luna, Game Pass, any of that. My internet has always been really good. I've even been able to play, Fortnite, Call of Duty, things like that using streaming. I'm not, a top tier shooter player by any imagination. I suck at those games, but they're good enough for me to be able to play and play at the level that I normally play at and not have any issues. And I actually really like the form factor of the PlayStation Portal. I think it looks cool. I think if they do another handheld, I would love to see them keep something similar to this. But I don't know what that's going to look like. But just the addition now of having the ability to bypass the PlayStation 5 is enough that makes me really tempted to go in and pick up a PlayStation Portal at some point.
It's like if I had the ability to stream stuff around here freely and easily, and just streaming in general from in quality in real time, like a video game, I would totally be on board with this. But I don't have that around my area, so I can watch videos and stuff easy enough. But
yeah, you do live in a more rural area than I do.
yeah, we're getting better.
I've lived in places that I have really, really good internet, even over wireless. So this is adding that functionality that if it had been there from the beginning, I would have picked this up from launch.
Speaking from launch, what would have been good on mobile from launch?
Huh.
Nintendo Store.
It would have. I'm really surprised I'm not really surprised it took them as long as it did. Nintendo's always
surprised at all. We're just happy it happened.
I was just looking though. There are now, I think, 4 different Nintendo apps that do all of the things that should be in one app at this point.
Really?
But yeah, you can now go. They released the Nintendo Store app outside of Japan for Android and iOS this week, and so now you can go in and you can purchase and download games directly from your phone to your Switch or your Switch 2, which has been long overdue. But not only
Xbox and PlayStation been doing it for years at this point.
Yeah, they added a news tab for some reason to the Nintendo Store, but they already have a news app, so there are now 2 different places that you can get Nintendo news.
Maybe one of them's getting phased out soon.
Maybe, but I don't know. That Nintendo Today app, they really like that Nintendo Today app. So I don't know. All of these, the Nintendo Music, Nintendo Today, My Nintendo, and the Nintendo Store all should be in one app. It really should. But also, aside from being able to purchase and download games from your phone, you can actually now go in and see your play history.
Ooh.
Not just for Switch, but you can actually go back and look at your Wii U and your 3DS play history too, if you want to. So if you're really curious about how much Monster Hunter 4 Generations or whatever you played on Wii U, you can now look at that and see. You can see how long you watched those 3D shorts, because those are actually in there. I saw scrolling through there all of the Kid Icarus ones, the Dinosaur Office stuff, that's all in there. It shows you how long you've watched it, how many times you've watched it. So if you're really curious about your old Wii U and 3DS history, you can do that. I did notice, however, I was looking through my purchase history and it stops in 2022. There is nothing. I apparently did not buy anything in 2023, 2024, or 2025, according to them.
Oh, that's weird.
I know they do have a thing that says not all of your purchase history may show up right away. So I'm wondering if maybe they're still slowly rolling out some of that stuff and it'll eventually show up. But yeah, nothing past 2022 shows up in my purchase history.
I just downloaded the app and I'm logging in right now.
But yeah, this has been a long time coming. This should have been around during the Switch 1 lifetime at the latest, really. But it's nice. It works. It's much, much faster than the eShop on the Switch. So if I'm buying anything, I will probably go through the Nintendo Store app and not through the Switch because it takes forever to find things on there unless you know specifically what you're going in and searching for. But if you just want to kind of search through it, the eShop on the Switch is still so slow.
Okay, I am logged in on the app. Play activity, that's where I want to go, right?
Yeah, and you can search by like title, you can search by most recently played. I think you can search by most played.
Oh.
It's a pretty robust look at your play history.
So far back, Tony. You have no idea, man.
Yeah. It's long. If you've played a lot of stuff, especially going back to the Wii U and 3DS, that play history, it takes a while to scroll through.
Oh gosh, there's games I reviewed in here. And they're so close together. Oh my god. Hey, Mutant Muds and Super Challenge are together.
I think if you look at mine, I think the game that I played the least is that there's a Rayman Raving Rabbids party game that was on the Wii U that my Wii U purchased by itself somehow. I never opened it, not once. And I couldn't get a refund on it. So it's just been sitting in my library. I've never touched it. So it shows no time played.
Hey, Tony. The first game I reviewed for us back when it was Nintendo Oki.
Yeah.
Was August 29th, 2012.
Okay.
Outdoors Unleashed Africa 3D.
Oh, man.
That was an on-rails shooter for hunting in Africa. And after a while, you're just going with a full auto gun, tapping on the screen, shooting everything. It's like you don't care if you're genociding lions, tigers, and whatever's out there. Nah,
that's how real hunting works, isn't it?
Pretty much. Zombie U? Oh my goodness. White Knuckles. What was that? I need to stop looking at this.
If you are a fan of Warhammer, like I am, I'm a big Warhammer fan. They announced a new game this week coming from the developers of Vampire Survivors, and it is cleverly called Warhammer Survivors.
Not to be confused with Survivors of Warhammer. Coming home and you're like, I didn't buy any Warhammer today, honey. Oh, that's nice to hear.
I didn't die. Yeah, exactly. I have never played Vampire Survivors, so I don't know anything about that. Warhammer Survivors, I'm going to play just because it's Warhammer and it looks actually really cool.
So Vampire Survivor is basically, think of it like a idle sort of game where you just sit back and let the game kind of do its thing, but you're taking an active role in kind of moving your character and doing some upgrade choices while in the process of trying to manage them being alive and killing everything around them.
Is it doing all of the shooting and stuff for you, and you're just
more or less? Yeah, like you don't tell it to attack; it's auto attacking. You're just kind of selecting what upgrade path to go through. Like, oh, do I want this? Am I going to get this? You get a random roll on weapons, and it's like, oh, maybe I want this or that.
You still got to run around and stuff.
Yeah, you're still going to move them around. You're going to find stuff on the environment. You just kind of want to go on an upgrade path that's like, okay, with Vampire Survivor, it's like, oh, maybe I have a whip to start with. When you upgrade it, you get a whip on like the front and the back of you. Then it's never going to go vertical, but it'll be horizontal on both sides after a while. Yeah. And then maybe it's like, oh, I found a knife. Now you're throwing knives whichever direction you push. It's going to throw a knife in that direction. And eventually it's like just constant knives if you max it out. It's just insane. So
I don't know why when he said Vampire Survivors, I thought
I thought you was talking about Vampire the Masquerade.
That's a good game. I don't know about the sequel. I haven't heard anything good about the Bloodlines 2, but the first game's pretty fun for the broken mess that it is.
Mm-hmm. So Warhammer Survivors takes that Vampire Survivors gameplay and drops both Warhammer 40K and Warhammer Age of Sigmar skins onto it. So I'm actually really glad to see fantasy. It seems like lately 40K has really just been the sole focus of Warhammer video games, and the fantasy part of it has sort of taken a back seat. So I'm glad to see a little bit more of the Warhammer fantasy stuff.
And this is going to be its own thing, right? It's not going to be like a patch or a DLC.
No, this is its own separate game. It is going to release as Warhammer Survivors. It's only announced right now for Steam. There's no console announcements yet, which is kind of strange. But I would imagine it'll probably eventually come to consoles. I don't know, because isn't Vampire Survivors on everything at this point?
Yeah, so it'll probably be on PC,
I believe so,
mobile, easily enough, and then console.
Yeah,
and like
and
on
it's
the
possible
PC,
that before,
or on just Vampire Survivor itself, they have like an Among Us mode, which it's still the same game. It's just everything's skinned for Among Us, and it's like, okay, all right, that's cool. And now I'm attacking with a card that's scanning over my character, and it's huge. Just weird things like that, fun stuff.
Yeah. There's not been any actual date yet, other than sometime in 2026 is when this will come out. So I'm hoping maybe between then and now they announce console releases for it.
If you plan to stream the game, just remember there's a stream mode, and the game is a bitrate killer.
Okay.
That's what the streaming mode is for.
I think we have known that there is a Mass Effect TV show coming.
Yeah,
for a little while
really
now.
A secret. Kind of like how we knew there was a Zelda thing coming.
Yeah. This is going to be Amazon developing the Mass Effect TV series, so it'll be a Prime TV show. They did announce this week that the story for this Mass Effect TV show will take place after the original trilogy.
Okay.
BioWare executive producer Mike Gamble said the show would explore a brand new story within the universe's timeline and will be set after the original trilogy. It won't be a retread of Commander Shepard's story, because after all, that's your story, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. That would make fans so mad when Shepard does something that's not Shepard, or what their Shepard does. So I'm hoping it's like an original character and not Shepard, but we saw how that kind of worked for Andromeda, but there's other issues with Andromeda, so let's not talk about that part. Yeah.
They don't say when after the trilogy this will take place, whether it's 5 years, 100 years, 500 years, who knows?
Oh, I wonder which.
There's not been any details about the story. There's not been any cast members announced yet. It's still very much in the production phase.
I wonder if this means it's following the green ending. Or maybe blue.
I don't.
Ooh, I wonder.
I don't know. I don't know that much about the Mass Effect universe. I've played just a few minutes of like Mass Effect 1.
You have all 3 games. I sent them to you. Play them.
I know. I have them. I just have not had it. I just have not played them.
You keep breaking your 360. Yes.
I've never played any Mass Effect games also.
You're dead to me.
I need to play them. I own those, and I own Mass Effect Andromeda. So, I think
I would be more disappointed in you if you played Andromeda only and already beat it.
Really?
I would be so disappointed.
Well,
he's not
good
saying
thing I haven't played it.
Okay, all right, you're good.
I haven't played it. I have literally only played a little bit of Mass Effect 1, and that's it.
Me and Jason applied to be voice actors in Andromeda. It was on a contest. We did not win.
No? Well,
now it's an inside joke with us.
And then the last story that we have here is, I don't know if anybody would be surprised about this, but GTA 6 has been delayed again.
What?
GTA 6 forever.
I think the game was originally supposed to come out. I mean, not originally. It probably had multiple release dates at this point, but the latest
Oh,
was
very
May
much
of
so.
next year. And it has been pushed back to November 19th of 2026. So we are now
Pretty
a
far
year
back.
away from the release of GTA 6.
I'm trying to
I don't.
find a list. Okay, the previous release date was May of 26. The initial, I'm trying to find where did. Hold on, I will find a list of all the release dates. They've
It
had
may not have
several of them.
had like specific release dates. It may have just been like it's coming here, and then it's coming here, and then they're like, well, we got to delay it again. And
Well,
Rockstar is the king of delays at this point.
at least we know they're working to release a game that's complete. Because their game, like GTA 5, it was not a very broken mess when released at all. Which is, like you see, like Assassin's Creed games when they would come out, it's like, oh, everyone's heads are like not loading or something's broken. The game's playable, but it's a hilarious mess. At least their games, it's like it's kind of solid, and then later maybe they'll throw in the multiplayer or something. Just sort of things they do there. So it's nice to see them doing something that they're making sure the game is good enough to release on their terms.
Yeah, I mean that's what Rockstar does. They don't release, at least as far as I know, they don't really release buggy messes.
And if they do, they're pretty quick to fix it.
So I mean, they take a long time to bring out their games at this point. Since like the mid 2010s, when they were putting out a bunch of stuff. It's
before
been
they
what, a
before they just
decade?
kept before they released GTA 5 multiple times.
Yeah. I don't know. I think was Red Dead the last game they launched?
Red Dead Redemption 2 was the last one that came out. Red Dead Redemption, I think it's a remaster, along with Zombies was released.
Yeah. Yeah, they did do that the remake of the first Red Dead. Or the first Red Dead Redemption, not the first Red Dead. So yeah, but we are now a full year away from the release of GTA 6 for anybody that was looking forward to playing that game fairly soon. You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Which
Red Dead
in the end is
Redemption 2.
probably going to be fine because it's better for them to take this time than to put out a buggy mess and be like, well, it took you 8 years to develop this game and you didn't release it in a working state. They don't want to have what happened with Cyberpunk happen with GTA.
Right. And that's been like a very common comparison between those two. To the point that oh gosh, who was it that made Cyberpunk makes Witcher
CD
as well?
Projekt Red.
Yeah, they even CD Projekt even released a statement saying, yeah, release the game when it's ready or something. Basically
Yeah.
making fun of themselves in the process. So it was like,
Yeah.
good words, but really, guys, from y'all specifically? Yeah.
Well, I
but
think
it's like a great example at the same time.
I think Cyberpunk has taught them a lesson, and they're not going to make that same mistake with Witcher 4. They're going to make sure that game is ready to go when it releases.
They better. It's like, don't bow down to your
shareholders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't take the pressure.
Yeah. Release the game when it is ready. It is better to make it take a little while longer than to lose the trust of the people who are waiting for that game.
The people who actually give you the money to stay in business in the long run.
Yeah.
Not the ones that you're making money for. Who are also giving you money. Yeah. That's like a double-edged blade. It doesn't. So, don't take my financial advice here.
I'm
Unless
ruined.
there's any other news you guys want to throw out there real quick.
I don't know why I'm looking around my room at trash like I'm
I
gonna.
don't think there's any news in your room.
Peach, is there any room over there on my bed that you're sleeping on? No? Okay. No, she's fast asleep. My kitty.
So, well, all right. That is our first episode in quite a while. It was
9 months.
good to be back.
9
That
months.
was
Good to
good.
be back.
You could have had a baby by now, whoever you are listening. If you are a
Mhm.
continuing listener, that's how long it's
It is entirely possible. So, but thank you very much, Cole, for being here.
Happy to be back as always.
And thank you, Ethan, for being here as well.
Whether we wanted it or not, we've entered a podcast once again. I don't know where I'm going with
And
that.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see everybody again in the next episode.
Hi, everyone. I was trying to do the whether we wanted it or not, we entered a war with the Cabal on Mars thing, and it just I didn't have a great way to go about it.
That was great. I thought it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, that one's for you there.
Thanks.